Hi, hey, DeVon, Pastor Michael. I'm Alan Reynolds. I'm here with Urban Faith. We're the largest Black Christian publishing company. If you've seen Black Jesus in Sunday School, we probably made it.
Right on.
That's
Good
what's
to
up.
see.
How you doing, Alan?
Doing well. So thank you all so much for the time and for this film. I have to say I enjoyed it a lot and a lot more even than I thought I would just hearing about what it was. So I actually my first question is for you, Devon. You've been producing a lot recently. You've been really busy. Why did you think it was relevant to tell this story right now in the midst of everything going on and what you could have done?
Yeah, because I'm always about making movies, hope that are uplifting, that are inspiring, and I've really dedicated my life and career with that sole purpose, whether I'm in front of the camera or behind the camera. And so, when Pastor Mike had started the YouTube series called Relationship Goals years ago, I became aware of it and who he was, and thought like, wow, people are loving this. I'm like, man, this is dope. And then he and I met at an event at Facebook. And then when the book came out during the pandemic and he couldn't even travel and the book just took off and became a massive New York Times bestseller, I felt like this is the type of movie that I'm actually probably the only one in Hollywood that can see this film and know what to do with it. I mean, see
Mm,
the book and know what to do with it in terms of
yeah, yeah,
making
yeah.
a film. So I wanted to do that because I believed in the principles. I believe in him. I believe that his message is for the world, and I felt like this is the right book and the right project to pursue. And so that was the reason that I wanted to do it. Is I just believe that the book was not just about fluff; it was about substance. It was about fixing someone's aim in the area where there is usually the most pain, which is love, dating, relationships, and sex. And so that's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pastor Michael, I have to say, I mean, I remember the series on YouTube, right? And remember the book and hearing about it. And now to see this film, I mean, taking that and bringing it to life in a whole new way. What is this like for you to share this message in this new way?
It's absolutely crazy, man. It is overwhelming. It is surreal, but it also was something that I felt like God told me was going to happen. And
Mm,
so I believe part of this is me living out loud what it looks like to believe something for a long period of time and then to actually see it come to fruition. Like Devon said, he reached out to me and he was like, "You ever thought about making this a movie?" And I was like, "As a matter of fact, I have." And I'd
mm,
sent him a two-sheeter with even the lead character's name, Leah and Brenda, like, those were the names that I
wow.
came up with on my little two-sheeter,
Yeah.
and to see it 6 years later be like, Leah's Kelly Rowland, like, and
Yeah.
Brenda is Robin Thede, like, what are we
Right.
talking about? Cliff Method Man Smith is our star character, like, and it's centered around the principles and the message of the book. I am overwhelmed, grateful to God, grateful to Devon, grateful to Amazon for believing in this story. And I believe it's going to help millions of people win in relationships. So, like I always say, it's only crazy until it happens.
Man, and I agree so much. I love this movie because they said it in there, and I know it's something you've been so intentional about. It's real. I
Yeah.
love that the characters and the stories are not just fluff, and that there's depth to them. But faith is at the center. Can you talk a little bit about why we have to have faith at the center of real relationship goals and keeping it real with our faith?
Well, I think that's the origin of all relationships. Like, is our relationship with God should
Mm,
be the center. And because most people don't understand that or know that, um, this is something that I feel a burden to get the message out about, and not in a way that's condemning or um, even like how it's so preachy. Like, that's what I told Devon from the very beginning. I was like, hey, bro, I want to make a movie that's not a Christian movie. And
mm,
I mean, Devon, it was the exact sentence I said to him.
That's true.
I said, I want to make a movie that is centered around real life, but Christian principles. And
mm,
I was like, and then I want to show how that works in real life, because that's where people are. Like,
mm.
when people come to ask me for prayer, they're not asking for sanitized things. They're asking to be rescued out of toxic relationships, and they're asking to be able to be healed from addiction. Like,
Yeah.
they're not saying like, oh, pretty prayer. No, they want real transformation. And so for me, it was important. But like Devon said, there are not many people in Hollywood who understand that dynamic. And him being a unicorn in the faith space, Hollywood, as well as in culture, it was just the perfect relationship goal to make this movie
Yeah.
because he understood what I was trying to do, and then he also knew what it would take to get a partner like Amazon involved, because Amazon's not making a movie that does not have a wide reach. And
Yeah.
so I mean, it is just surreal, awesome, amazing, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it, man.
Yeah, wow. I'm so impressed with just the God story of how things came to fruition. And question for you, Devon, and I'll ask you this, Pastor Mike, as well. I try to share with all of our audience. We got a lot of young folks dealing with their relationship problems and relationship goals. What wisdom from this film or from your book would you want to share with folks out there wrestling with? How can I live my faith out and still glean something for my relationship goals from this project?
The
Devon?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is, during the journey of this movie, I've gone from being married, divorced, single, married again.
Mm,
And what I've learned about relationship goals and God and faith and I think where I think the culture sometimes misses it is the greatest discovery outside of your relationship with Jesus is your understanding of who you are.
that's good.
mm,
Because when I better know me, then I can better choose who fits me and who doesn't. And so often in the church, we just preach, go out there, get a mate, find somebody, find somebody, find somebody. And it's like, well, no, the person that you need to find the most is yourself.
mm,
And so I personally had to go on a journey to better understand me so that I could say, oh, okay, now that I have a better understanding of myself, I can fix my aim and
mm.
identify who's going to be the right partner for me to walk out in this thing called life. And so that for me personally was what I connected to with the book and the message. And even as developing the story, I'm like, yo, we got to make sure that these characters ultimately learn something about themselves
Yes.
as much as they learn something about their faith, because ultimately that faith in God leads them back to a revelation of self because
Yes.
it's all interconnected, you know? And so that was what was important for me personally. And then to see these characters live that out in the film, I think that's why when people see the film so far, they are really resonating because it feels truthful, authentic, without being preachy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pastor Mike, same question.
I think for me, I think there's so many people that need to rip up their list.
Mm,
Like Devon said it on another interview, but I'm stealing it from now on, Devon. He said there's a difference between knowing your shoe size, like you need to know your shoe size and like what fits you. But then there's all different styles of shoe. It could be a boot, it could be a tennis shoe, it could be, and so many people are like, no, I only want a loafer. Like I only
mm.
want this. And like there's other shoes that could fit you if you were open to at
Wow.
least trying them on.
Yeah,
And a lot of people are walking around barefoot. Come on.
yeah.
Because they won't because they won't discover what Devon said, their size, what they don't discover what they need, but then they're very specific on it has to be this type of way. And the Bible would say it like this: many are the plans of a man, but it's God's purposes that prevail. And a lot of people need to rip up their lists because they need to stop considering so much only what they want, but what they actually need. Me and
Mm,
my wife have been married for almost 16 years now, 4 kids later, and I've been with her since I was 15. So she's my high school sweetheart. That means we've been through a lot of different seasons, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of valleys. And the thing that I can say now, 16 years into marriage, is that Natalie Todd is what I needed,
mm.
not just what I wanted. And if she would have been everything on my list, she'll tell you she thought she was gonna marry some Hispanic dude or somebody with some curl in his hair, but she got me, huh?
Mm,
And but I'm saying like, but she will tell you I'm what she needed. And I
mm,
just think our culture is so into picking everything right now. We get to pick what we want to watch when we want to watch it. We get to DoorDash everything. We don't let many things come into our lives organically. We are so fixated. So people need to rip up their list and let God lead them to the right things.
I love that so much, and I think it resonates with me. I know I had a list I had to rip up, and your
Hey,
book, helps to just share that message. So thank you all so much for the time and for the
or
interview. This is great. So I know people are going to be blessed by it, and I hope they go out and watch it. Thank you all so much for the project.
thank
Thanks,
you,
brother.
Alan. Hey, bro,
Appreciate
you got a light on you, bro. Keep that light going, man. You're a blessing.
I receive it. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a great day.
Take care.